Okay, hello everybody. I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome to part 40 of my farewell graduation campaign series. Oh, excuse me for the yawn. I was waiting for Amelia Watson's last Myth collab to finish up, and then I was gonna stream. So here we are, Red Star over the Kremlin. We're going to start working on getting out of this economic depression that we're apparently in. It looks like we're going to go proletarian humanism, but I don't know if we're going to get a chance to change which one that is. If we get an option, that's, I think, when we'll bother to pick one of those. But it's only the Ides of February first year, and we're already swapped over, which is nice. Where can we possibly find something that's gonna Caesar? Do not start. Terrestrial dreadnoughts. We gotta go pretty deep into our military tree here. Create T-34 medium tank variant on gaining technology, improved medium tank chassis. So I might come on down here ASAP. I think I technically can kind of just do that anytime, but I'd rather get rid of this political deadlock sooner. But we're gonna try to see what we can do in terms of medium tanks. We have exiles arriving from Britain. Ooh. When the British Revolution broke out in 1925, many Bolshevik officers offered their services to the British and since then had resided in the country, serving and training the Republican Army. But with our own revolution now arrived, they have returned once more and are ready to help out in the fight for world revolution as soon as we stabilize our political situation. The revolution fights on. So we've got Konev, Pugariev, Gorbelov. As you see, we lost most of our people. But Konev is really, really good. In fact, we might just make him our field marshal right away. Where is he? Yeah, he's our guy. He's harsh leader. Oh, actually, harsh leader kind of is bad. But armor leader and winter specialist. It looks like probably war hero here. Politically connected. One's politically connected, the other's old guard. I really don't like either of these. So I might just promote Shaposhnikov here. He will support. He's a supporter of army reform according to his military theory. So yeah, we'll probably promote him ASAP because he's got better stats, except for, well, not so much in supply consumption, but screw it. But he's just got really good stats. He's a brilliant strategist, so we can, yeah, he's going to be very good for us. Then Konev will be our armor, guy. Of course, a lot of our best generals are hanging on down here in Patagonia. I think after, I don't remember what are the circumstances, honestly, that could lead to them coming home. I don't know if they'll just do it now. I don't know if they have to like win and beat Argentina first, and then they'll decide to leave. I don't quite remember off the top of my head how that works. Oh, speaking of which, oh, they're back from France. Excuse me. All right, we got Tukhachevsky, Zhukov, Yegorov, Juzgavilish. I always forget how to pronounce this guy's name. Jugashvili, I think it is. Jugashvili. So he's back. Well, if we do have them, then yeah, Tukhachevsky, infantry officer, brilliant strategist, and reckless. On second thought, he's going to be maybe our main field marshal here. Where's Zhukov? Yeah, inflexible strategist and reckless. Plenty of good generals, no shortage of them whenever you're playing Russia or the United States. Black Monday has hit Russia almost 3 weeks ago. The Berlin Stock Exchange plunged into bottomless depths, throwing Germany's economy into an unprecedented crisis. Now the shockwaves of the crash have reached Russia. Germany and Austrian-owned companies have closed down or laid off their workers. The Russian ruble is losing value, and resource exports are shrinking. Let's hope the government will save us from the worst. So, we now have the ability to do a bureaucratic overhaul, right? Maybe. Ivan Pavlov dies. Yes, the famous psychologist with the drooling. There's a Pavlov joke in, I think, How I Met Your Mother, where there's this married couple, and the wife is talking about all the good things that all the things that sex is good for, and one of them, is and one of them she says it's good for reinforcing good dental hygiene. And then her husband blurts out, "So that's why I get a boner when I floss." Alright. It's the series. Oh, that's just the submarine thing. White Ruthenia is doing some sort of, I don't know, reactionary bullshit. So we don't need to worry about it. Democracy has been restored in Australasia. Yeah, a lot of events are happening here. Nicholas E. Glaus, in charge of the Union of Britain. Not good. Not good. Tends to not be the best militarily speaking. He doesn't even get any buffs? Damn, no even personalized buffs, dude. So we might see independent Wales and Scotland, although I think they a long time ago made it that they only break away after the Weltkrieg. Democratic coalition has been established out in Mexico. So Pancho Villa is in charge. Alright, the first something we're probably going to go to war with is going to be a La Shorda, which is, tends to be a pretty straightforward war. I mean, you just walk forward, do a little bit of micromanaging here and there, nothing really too serious. But let's get everybody over here, or at least quite a few people over here. Thing is, my war support at 38% is not too bad, but I want to promote Tukhachevsky. I think Tukhachevsky's the guy. He's going to be our running point. And Zhukov will be Field Marshal number 2 later, but we'll initially have him used in the field. Doing this for you. Okay, so we have the conflict in the party. Right, so this is where we choose which of the 3 branches of leftism that we want to follow. So there is a totalist choice, it looks like. I need a... Oh, wait, past me. So I was just thinking, man, I gotta get a lotion. My hands are ashy, but got some right here. The party has come to be divided between 3 factions, one led by Bukharin and Rykov, one by Kolenthal and Shilpanokip, and one by Radek. The first championed the path of socialism at a snail's pace, where cautious industrialization prevents the creation of a massive state bureaucracy, preserves the Simchka at all costs, and bridges the general urban-rural divide in the country. The syndicalist faction promotes an economy managed by unions, seeing them as the best way to give workers a voice in the economy and the nation. They are also very opposed to the perceived influence of the peasants and thus strongly wish to break up the Simchka in support of the first. Okay, it's basically which of the 3 are we going to do? So, and then there's the Radek, which is essentially like canonical our timeline of Stalinism stuff. Let's actually see what the difference is, because what will probably help us the most. So proletarian humanism gives us 10% stability. Revolutionary vanguard for totalist will give us better war support. Industrial democracy for syndicalist will give us resource gain efficiency, and a 5% buff to our production efficiency cap. Alright, what about what's down here? Damn, plus 10% political power. That's pretty sweet. This one we can get either way, so we'll get a factory output buff. It requires all of the following. Oh, no, this is not either one that could take. This is the one either of us could take. So, which is a nice 10% factory output. I mean, that's good. Bureaucratization. So here... So we could just go like boom, 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 and get our 5th research slot pretty damn quickly, actually. Activate a mission if we go this way. Production efficiency, factory output. Okay, so we could do this pretty quickly too. You know what? I'm just gonna have you guys vote on it. I don't think it matters that much. Well, I mean it does, but I think I could pull it off anyway. So, what branch of or it's like what kind of government? So we've got Radsock. We'll probably do like a runoff if needed. Syndicalist and Totalist. Start the poll. I'm doing alright, Raiko Shin. I'm doing okay. A little tired. But if chat's up, I could do an hour. And then we're gonna stream more tomorrow. I'm gonna try to stream, although I need to cross-reference it with. Let me check some alarms that I've got set while you guys are voting. Because tomorrow is gonna be Amelia Watson's last day, and in fact, she's gonna have a membership karaoke in like 40 minutes. This is why I hate voting. Well, we'll probably do a runoff, although there doesn't seem to be that many people here on a Sunday night. I guess like on the East Coast, it's like past 10 o'clock. Hello there, Dark Knight 1000. Good to see you. I think you were working UBS or State Mail Service. How's the job going? Oh, gee, sure, a bit behind. Oh man, I became Midwest, dear. But it was the United States Postal Service, so the federal. Well, yeah, I mean the state is a reference to the government. It's like another cartoon history of the world joke where he goes, that I was supposed to. There's a joke where he says, with the country in a state, parentheses, instead of the other way around. But I was I pivoted from that to teacher basically. Dun, 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 dun. I remember watching videos of Daily Dose of Internet where the Roberts attempted to rob band of U.S. Postal Service. I was baffled, like, where you can steal letters. Yeah, there's like a teacher. Yeah. Yeah, where do you get steal letters? Well, the U.S. Postal Service has packages too. Well, the voting seems pretty clear. We're gonna this should be interesting. We're gonna do a pivot into the Soviet Union, I guess, with Radek supporting the ideas of primitive socialist accumulation. That is, to extract the peasant's surplus value and use it towards developing the nation's productive forces in order to transition Russia into a state ready for socialism, which in their minds is best accomplished through 5-year plans. So there will be a surprise victory by Radic. We're going to get a nice 15% stability, which is really great when you're negative stability, negative 13 stability in the hole. Totalism is going to get more popular. We have to actually pick our premier here. So Radic is the, I guess, default one. I might just choose this based on ability. So Sverdlov, isn't Sverdlov in the New Order? Let me double check. Okay, I'm looking up Sverdlov's stuff. So original timeline, Yakov Sverdlov. Well, this guy was already dead. He was a Russian revolutionary and Soviet politician who served as chairman of the Secretariat of the Russian Communist Party, aka the Bolsheviks, from 1918 till his death in 1919, and is chairman of the All-Russian Central Executive Committee, head of the state of the Russian SFSR from 1917 till his death. So he was born in Novgorod to a Jewish family. He had originally been Social Democratic Labor Party, which like a lot of the eventual Bolsheviks were. Then he switched to Bolshevikism. Was part of 1905. Got in prison. He became chairman. So he died of Spanish flu in our time. When he was, let's see, he was born in 85. So he was only 33. Only 33 died. And the end of the opening section of his Wikipedia says, some historians regard the untimely deaths of prominent Bolsheviks such as Sverdlov and Lenin to have been key factors which facilitated the rise of Joseph Stalin to leader of the Soviet Union, as Sverdlov was a natural candidate for the position of party general secretary, to which Stalin was appointed in 1922. So he gets heir of Lenin, which will help with Joseph War goal time, research speed, and political power. And then there's Zinoviev. This one I really don't know. Like, Sverdlov was kind of ringing a bell, but this, no. Died in 1936. I wonder of what. So this guy, scheming agitator, good for political power, recruitable population, division recovery, but bad for stability and compliance growth. Let's see, born in Ukraine to a Jewish family, old Bolshevik, close associate to Lenin. Served as chairman of the International, aka the Comintern, from 1919 to 1926. Has the standard revolution stuff, you know, was pardoned in 1905 and then went to prison at some point. Lost trust in Lenin, began relying on Trotsky. Accused of complicity in the assassination of Sergei Kirov, a close ally of Stalin, and sentenced to 10 years in prison. While imprisoned, Zinoviev was further accused of treason and other offenses during the Stalinist Great Purge and was executed after a show trial in August 1936. So, Troika against Trotsky. And then Radek, resistant decay speed, plus 10%, damage to garrisons, minus 10%, resistant activities, chances, minus 10%, operative slots, plus 1. So it's, he gets the spy shit. I think, do I really need recruitable population? I mean, recovery rate is nice. I think we're going to go with Sverdlov for the heir of Lenin, because I like this combo of political power and research speed buff. The Justify War Goal time, I don't think it's really going to come up. But let's read the in-game tooltip, which says Yakov Mikhailovich Sverdlov was born in 1885 to a Jewish family in Nizhny Novgorod, with his father storing arms for the revolutionary underground and supporting his children's socialist views. The household quickly became a hot spot for radicals and revolutionaries. It is therefore not surprising that Sverdlov would join the RSDLP in 1902 and support Lenin's Bolsheviks during the party split. Sverdlov became active during the 1905 revolution, and his socialist fervor saw him arrested in 1906 and sent to prison in Ekaterinburg. In fact, he would spend most of the next decade imprisoned or exiled, reading the works of Lenin, Marx, or Kautsky, among others. The February Revolution became his chance to return to Petrograd, where he emerged as part of the Bolshevik inner circle. Playing a key role in the October Revolution and subsequent civil war, he oversaw the Tsar's execution and the broader revolutionary terror. When Lenin was assassinated and the White Armies closed in, Sverdlov fled to France, though many exiles, particularly military men, preferred Mikhail Frunze. Sverdlov was able to outmaneuver him and assert himself as the Bolshevik leader in exile. As leader, he attempted to promote Lenin's theses whenever possible, which led him to establish the Bolshevik mission to Patagonia. Oh, fascinating. Within French politics, he advocated for increased central control, militarism, and use of revolutionary terror to crush the reactionary threat, eventually signing on to Mosley's Totalist Manifesto. When Kerensky was assassinated, Sverdlov returned to Russia using his position as leader of the exiled Bolsheviks. He quickly rose through the ranks amidst the power struggle, eventually becoming the undisputed leader of Russia. With Sverdlov in charge, one thing is certain: any reactionaries are sure to be destroyed by any means necessary. Great. So then, the question is, do we run for the straight up just better research slot, or do we go for the armor? I think the research slot is the clear winner in that. We're talking about 25% more, like that's just a flat 25% more research could be getting done at any given time. That's so much better than, you know, having to wait a year to get that 75 one for the armored tank stuff. And besides, we need a little time to go by, which is also going to help, because right now it would take 517 days to get this done. But let's take a little time to get the armor protection up as well. And yeah, we'll come on down to these mediums soon enough. All right, it's packed for the Third International. Kind of last minute guess. All right. 0.15 political power a day, and we're 62 in the hole. Not a good look. The delegates have arrived, inaugurating the Congress. This is Third International stuff. Okay. What happens if the August coup succeeds and the Soviet Union reaches the year 2000? That's what Red Dusk is. Interesting. Have not heard of that, I think. Hopes in Latin America. Basically, we could try to get some stuff happening there. The red flag will fly on Wall Street. Syndicalism in Spain. People are mad about us. Women's role in the worldwide revolution. Well, since we could have potentially had as one of our leaders, oh gosh, I'm laying out her name, but with the syndicalist woman, let's see, our delegates. I'm glad this finally does something. I mean, it doesn't do much, but it's something. We're going to go with participation of working women is necessary to achieve the world revolution. Yeah. Alright. There's a Republican revolution in Iran. That's kind of interesting. Control union. So we're going to go vanguard, control the unions, fight bureaucratization. Although I am aware there is that 5-year plan thing. The Kuomintang asks for aid. The Miguan insurgency here. They're Radsoc. Since the National Revolutionary Army collapsed at the hands of imperialist Bagashili clique, we've certainly looked at the possibility of revolution in China with interest, while China, while indeed not a capitalist nation nor an industrial one, holds the potential for an anti-imperialist and social revolution, as evident by the role of the Chinese mass movement Excuse me, in the northern expedition. Well, Chinese socialists of the Kuomintang attempted to stage a bold but failed uprising in 1932, it appeared that following the collapse of the capitalist world order after Black Monday, the Chinese Kuomintang and the NRA have risen once more to break their chains. We have received an urgent communique from our Chinese connections to Chairman Wang Jingwen and Jingwei and Ambassador Yu Jingcheng for our nation to send over military arms and advisors to help the Kuomintang in their renewed revolutionary struggle. We can certainly support them, although given the distance of the conflict and our limited resources, we can either send them purely advisors or both advisors and rifles. Alternatively, some in our government have argued that instead we should only send them our thoughts and prayers. So we'll send them advisors and guns. Insurgent, a successfully leftist China would be, obviously really good for us. So they'll get a military factor out of it, and army experience will lose 35 political power. So it goes. It costs us a lot more than 35 political power if we have to go into China and recreate a leftist government. For some reason, I feel pulled towards China. 2 people are watching, and one of them is me. Well, tell you what then, because I'm fading out. I did some unscheduled exercise this afternoon. Let's put it that way, in addition to the regularly scheduled stuff. So I am beat and I've been falling asleep at this desk. Sorry. I need to get some shut-eye, and then I should be back to stream in the morning. I just don't know if it'll be early or late. Time. One of those things like, okay, yeah, we'll start streaming at 5 a.m. or is it gonna be one of those things where we start at 11:30? That's like a 6.5 hour difference, But yeah, I will see you guys in the morning. So take care. Bye bye.